All right, so something interesting happened today. I'll give it a little bit of a backstory, but as some of you know, I soloed recently in Las Vegas, and I did 3 flights solo in Las Vegas, and then I had to come out to Albuquerque, where I'm from, to help family out and just do family stuff since Vegas is kind of closed down anyway. And I decided to take a flight lesson while I'm here in Albuquerque with an instructor to make sure that I stay proficient and I'm not getting rusty with my landings and air work and all that stuff, so I could just be prepared when I go back to Vegas. I was talking about it with my girlfriend at one point. We were sitting at the brewery having a beer, and I overheard a couple of people at a table just down the ways from us mention like a discovery flight or something. So I went over and talked to them, and turns out one of them was a flight instructor. So I booked a flight with them, and this morning was that flight. So just like any other flight, I get there, it's kind of different. Albuquerque is a Class C airport, so I was a little bit nervous, just like it shares a runway with the military and it's like all kinds of different stuff. So it was just a little nerve-wracking, but we get through it. Met the instructor, we go out, pre-flight the plane, go up, everything is fine. Get out to the practice area here in Albuquerque, do some steep turns, checking out the view, it's a little hazy, and then all of a sudden we had a full electrical failure in the plane. And that was a little intense, but everything got kind of hectic. The instructor took controls, kind of pulling out stuff to make sure that we have everything that we need for like the light signals, the emergency checklists. And I remembered my last flight that I had with Bill, my flight instructor back in Vegas. We did a simulated electrical failure. And he asked me like, what do you do? What's the first thing you do? And I was like, pull out the checklist, prepare for the light guns, enter the traffic pattern, wait for the tower to like signal you, all that good stuff. And then Bill was like, well, we live in a day and age now where you have a cell phone in your pocket. If something like that happens, you might as well just call the tower and let them know they can give you clearance. And so through all of this, that just kind of echoed in my head, and my instructor was kind of preparing for everything. And I just remembered, like, I have my 4th flight, might as well just listen to Bill. Pulled out my cell phone and called the tower. And eventually they answered and we got clearance to land and taxi back. But it's kind of crazy preparing for some of these in-flight emergencies, and then whenever it actually happens, I'm kind of glad it happened early on in my training, because then I get to know a little bit more, and like I'm more prepared for everything whenever I'm doing it solo, and in case that ever happens solo. But I have a little bit of a video that I'll show you, or is showing now, either one. But yeah, I just figured I'd give a little blurb and let you guys know what happened today, because it's a little bit exciting being in a new airport. The airport that I kind of grew up with that got me into aviation, and then taking a first flight in a new air setting, and then all of a sudden we have an actual in-flight emergency where we have a full electric failure, full communication failure. All of our avionics were down except for the standard 6-pack. But yeah, it was kind of fun, and I'm going to be taking another flight with them soon, and I'll be posting that as well. So enjoy. One big lesson I took away from today was that I could trust my training and my instructors. There may be times in your training where you doubt yourself and think that you may not be ready for situations like this. Just know that your instructors know that you're ready, or they wouldn't let you go up. Trust the training. It really does sink in, and it comes out when it really matters. Situations like this make us better pilots, and as they say in aviation, the perfect conditions don't exist, but we are always ready for them.